Hello, everyone. It's Shanna. So glad you're here today. Now, this is a last minute going live. I was trying to upload my video for today, and unfortunately, my software was giving me troubles. So I'm just going to switch my face out and show you what I had originally prepared. I needed to do a sympathy card, and so I had made this one with my butter press, and I'd gotten some new inks in which I wanted to try to use multiple inks on this particular image here and see if I could do a fairly decent job inking it up. And I did okay. I've got a little bit of green here where the pink is, and I had my tape there and kind of messed that up a little bit, but I was able to use some markers and kind of touch it up in some of the areas. But overall, it worked really well. And I just used the, I think it's called bisque, better paper. And then I just used some cardstock from my scrap. And then I cut out this little frame to go around there and just did that card. And so I've got this one ready to go. But I need another one. So I was thinking that I would make another one. So that's what I'm going to do. So anyhow, what I've got that I'm going to use is the Artful Angel. This is called Sincere Condolences. I've made a card with this before on my channel, but I need to get some more made, so I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then I've got this fancy florals that I'm going to use. So I think we'll go ahead and do our stamping first, and then we'll go from there. So I should have opened these up before I went live because I know it makes a lot of racket with these plastic bags. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and get this going. So if you're out there, I see two people. Give me a quick hello. Oh, hey, Daria. I'm glad that you're here. I'm glad you caught me. I didn't send out, I sent out in the, I don't know, the crafty fun live streamers that I was going live, but I really didn't put it out there. So I'm glad that you were able to join me. Anybody else that's out there, feel free to say hi unless you're just lurking around. But anyway, so what I thought I would do is go ahead and stamp these first, and then I'm going to use one of our KCC card sketches for this particular card. So we'll just get started with that. And hopefully the lighting is okay. I've just got my daylight. I don't have my overhead on, so I don't have to worry about glaring or anything like that. And so that's easy enough. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use, let's use this Sincere Condolences. I think I did last time when I used this, I did with Deepest Sympathy, and I love the way these stamp out. Now, this one hasn't been used, so I'm just going to, oh, thanks, Daria. I appreciate you telling me that. You never know. And first couple times I started going live, I'm like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? And I just didn't want to do that anymore. I figure if you can't hear me, you can't. If you can, you can. So I really appreciate you sharing that. So I'm thinking that I'm going to do, and I'm rattling the paper. The sketch 15 is what I'm thinking I'm going to work with. So I'm going to have my sentiment, which is going to be this, in which I'll put across there. And then I'm going to also bring in, I think I'll bring in a couple of flowers, and I'm just going to lay them down. I'm going to have to fussy cut them out because I don't have dies to go with this. But I'm going to grab two of them. I think I'll just grab these two and I'll just stamp them. We're going to do some quick coloring on those as well. And we'll just go from there. So let's see how this goes. Let's get this out of the way. And just get this scooped up. There we go. And I'm using my waffle flower sticky mat in there so that I don't have to use my magnet or tape it down or anything. And I'm just going to use my Memento black ink. So hello, Jerry, you're from Indiana. So am I. I am in East Central Indiana. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. Glad you guys could join me. This was the last minute, just popping on, trying to get a card made that I need. We had a friend that we go to church with whose mother died. And so that first card that I showed you earlier I made, and I made a video of, but couldn't get it to load. I made it for my sister to give. So now I'm going to make one for me to give so that we'll have them. So welcome everyone. I'm glad you're stopping by. Anyway, so these are inking up beautifully, even though they have not been used. I think they're going to be fine. We might do 2 presses with it. I'm not sure. Anyway, so I have got the whole day to craft, and I'm extremely excited about that because I have had the kids so much lately. If you watch my channel, you know I've just had them a lot. And so they're away for the weekend and they're having a good time at the beach. And my husband is at a track meet and I've got the house to myself, except for I am dog sitting. I'm dog sitting for my oldest daughter who has the babies that I watch every day. And she has a small little, I don't know, I think it's like a schnauzer mix, a little blonde older dog whose name is Polly. And she's a smaller dog and she's an older dog. So she's a little bit, she gets a little bit cranky. But then they have a new dog that is a golden doodle. And this thing is huge. So I've got this little dog and this great big dog. Earlier they were barking and carrying on, and I'm hoping they won't during this live so that I won't have to deal with that. But anyway, so I'm dog sitting, and I went from babysitting to dog sitting. These scissors are sticky. I need to get some kind of glue on there or something. I need to clean them. I must have used some adhesive on there when I shouldn't have. Your friends from Indiana are visiting and are attending a wedding right now. He's the one. Oh, Sweetwater. Oh, yeah. I think we've talked about that. You're right. Sweetwater, Jerry probably knows, but you are in Northwest, 60 miles south of Chicago. Okay. All right. Sweetwater is a music store that is fabulous, and I love to go and visit my dad and I. And Mina Kraft is Daria. I said it wrong again. And her friend works at Sweetwater. I had looked at Sweetwater for positions at one time because I thought what fun it would be to work there. And they're not that far away from me. They're about 45 minutes away from me, so that's not far at all. So I thought it'd be fun to work there, but never did go there. Of course, I, was busy with my other work. And anyway, so, okay, the paper that I'm going to use, I don't know if I showed that yet or not. I've got these 3 pieces of pattern paper and my card base that I'm thinking of using. This is just, wow, did you hear that? It sounded like a gunshot or something. That's bizarre. Some kind of a booming noise. Anyway, we've got some construction in our neighborhood, so it could be like the excavators dropping they're doing some, I don't know, I think it's like tile work or something, because our addition is expanding and they're putting new houses behind there. So anyway, this is from Recollections. I think I picked this up at Joann's and it was really inexpensive, but I thought I'd use these 3 papers here. And so I've kind of brought in some of the purple alcohol markers and the blue ones, thinking that maybe I would use them on the flowers. Now, these are just illustration markers. I don't have Copic. These are Memo Office. I think most of mine are Memo Office. I don't know why they have different names. I thought they all came together, but anyhow, that's what I use. And, they're very inexpensive. I mean, you can get, I don't know, like 80 of them or so for, I don't know, like $30 or $25 or something like that. So they're not expensive at all. Anyway, so I'm just going to color this flower up a little bit and see what I can come up with, and then we'll begin assembling our card. I'm thinking, Jerry, you're northwest, 60 miles south of Chicago. So you're like at the top of the state, I'm guessing. Oh, there's that noise again. I'm guessing maybe they are working over there. At least I'm hoping that's what's going on. Anyway, they've got these big, heavy concrete like walls that they're sitting down in these holes that they're digging. I don't even know what it is. Every day, because I have my grandsons during the week, I take them out to look at the construction because they are into vehicles. They love excavators and dump trucks and backhoes and all of that stuff. And so every day we get on the golf cart and we go around, just around the corner here, and we watch the workers and see what they're up to. So I know that they have these big, heavy concrete things that they set down inside these holes, and I'm wondering if that's the noise I'm hearing. It does kind of sound like it's coming from that area. So we shall see. Anyway, there's no alarms or anything going off, so I think we're okay. So I like that purple, and I think that could look okay with this. However, I'm going to try to do a little shadowing, and I don't know, this might be, I don't know if this will be too dark. Boy, that's going to be pretty dark. Let me step over here real quick and grab some other purples. I don't know. It looks like all my purples might be pretty dark, but we might just have to go with it and see. Anyway, oh, that's a little bit lighter. I think that might work a little bit better. So we'll just try and add a little bit of dimension. I am not a colorist by any means, but I like to play and have fun with it and just kind of see how it goes. So we're going to go like that. And I'm happy. I shouldn't speak too soon, but I'm happy the dogs are not chasing each other and getting loud and like they can. So right now it's real quiet. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Sunny and warm. I've got my tank top on because it is warm. It's a little bit warmer in my craft room than what it is in the rest of the house because it is a 3-season type room, but I enclose it, so I do use it all 4 seasons, but it just isn't quite as cool as the rest of the house, but it'll be fine. I'm not too picky as long as I get to be in my craft room. I just enjoy it. So, Daria, I've got to tell you, I was kind of combing your Facebook page today because I was looking for some of your Better Press cards. I don't think I saw any on there. Do you have any of your Better Press cards on your Facebook page? Because I was looking for some inspiration, and I thought, I knew that you had recently got it and that you were working with it, and I thought maybe you had some pictures on there. I also hopped over to your Instagram account to check it out too. But I didn't readily see any. So I don't know. Are you posting those or nope? You haven't posted those? What's going on? Are you enjoying using your Better Press? I think I have some stuff that Spellbinders is sending me in Better Press that I can start working with on my channel. But right now I've got the die that came with the Better Press, and then I've got some sentiments that I ordered that are the timeless sentiments. So they are the new ones. So I do like that. Anyway, so I don't have a lot. So until I get some more, I did order the inks, the different colored inks, so that I would have some of those. I got the Flower Garden ones. Let me just show you that real quick. And I dropped the black one. This is the Flower Garden ink. But you haven't turned any into cards yet. Oh, you're just hoarding all your little panels. Is that what you're doing? So this has got leaf, strawberry, azalea, and hydrangea in it, and it is the Flower Garden. So I did get that. So I was just trying to get a little bit, but I think I do have something coming from Spellbinders for that. I think I'm going to go with the purple with this one, and I think it looks all right. I mean, like I said, I'm not a perfect colorist or anything, but then I think I'll go ahead and try the blue with this one and see what I can come up with. So I don't know. Everybody must be busy at work today. I thought maybe lunch hour I might catch some people. I didn't even text my sister and tell her that I was going live. Usually she's one of my biggest fans. So anyway, maybe some people will pick up on the replay. And so anyway, I'm trying to do more lives and get more experience at it because the KCC team has been doing some live hops. And so I would like to get a chance to participate with them in that. They did extend me into the next KCC. So that'll be fun. I'm going to continue on as a team member, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, I had a bunch of archival ink, so I've been using those. That's right. I think you told me that we could use archival ink on, because you've had yours longer and more experience. And that we could also, didn't you also tell me that I could use my distress oxides, or is it distressed inks? I can't remember what you said. But I have those. I am not somebody that has a lot of inks. I just put in an order to Craft and Kimmy, and ordered some of her inks, because I'm going to do some guest participation with her store. And so I thought I needed to get some of her inks to use so that I'm using her products on my videos. So I did order those, and I got some more of those, but I basically have distress oxides, and I have some mini distressed inks, and then I have a little bit of Gina K, and then like I've got some archival, and I've got Memento Black, and I mean that's it. I just really don't. I know a lot of people have a lot of different inks and stuff, but I really don't. And I'm trying to make sure I have all the colors I need, but I don't need all the different brands, I don't think. So that's my thought process on that. I think I want to grab a darker blue. I think this one's darker. It's a 72. I don't even know what these numbers mean, but I'm going to use them. Let's see what else is going on. Do you have any distress oxides? Oh, good, because that's what I predominantly have, are the distress oxides. You know what? Have you used other paper with it too, besides the spellbinders or the Better Press paper? I did use regular spellbinders and had good luck with it, so I was pretty happy with that. What papers have you used with the Better Press? I'm going to do some fussy cutting here, and this is another, I say I'm not a colorist, so I'm getting better at fussy cutting. It's just not my favorite thing in the world to do. Anyway, I have had trouble getting like motivated to, like I'll sit here, I come into my craft room and hang out here and clean. I did a major cleaning. In fact, I need to do like an updated craft room tour. And I think I sent that to you already. Yes, oh, you're using watercolor paper too. Now, does yours, mine has like a rough side and a smooth side. So I assume you're using the smooth side to press into. I'll have to try that because I've got Canson white watercolor paper that I can use. And so I'll have to try that and see how that works. Anyway, I'd come into my craft room and think, oh, I've got all this stuff I need to work with. I need to get going. And then I think what it is I've got so much stuff right now that I need to work with that I'm like kind of like paralyzing myself. And so I'm like, what do I do? Well, today my sister had texted me about making cards, and I thought, well, hey, that turned out all right. There's a perfect opportunity to, oh, you use Canson too. Hi, Dawn. Hey, glad you stopped by. I really didn't put it out there that I was going to go live because I was trying to upload a video and my software was giving me headaches, and I thought, oh, forget it. I'll just go live and do another card. So once the software, it's an app, once it gets back up and running, I'll probably bring that out. But right now we're going live and we're going to make a sympathy card. And hopefully it turns out all right. So anyway, so everybody have big plans for the weekend? Hey, Brenda, glad you showed up. Good to see you. It's nice to have friends, so welcome. And if you're eating lunch, feel free to enjoy your lunch and just lurk around. Hi, Gloria. Welcome. Okay, so I've got these colored. I used my markers. I'll put them aside. And then I've got this. And I'm going to use I need to use actually, I'll just use scissors. That way I don't have to run to the die cutting machine. I could use that, or I've got a trimmer here that I could use. So let's just trim this down. Let's see what's going on. Jade's saying, like now, let me respond to him real quick. I had posted in the live streamers, that I was going live. And he's like, when? Like now? Yes, right now. So you're having friends over on Sunday. Only 9 a.m. They're too early for lunch. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I haven't even had lunch. I've been doing sympathy cards are hard for me to design. How much bling? I know. I'll show you this one, and I did put bling on it. I put, 2 there or 3 there and 2 here. And I thought, I have a hard time putting bling on it. I usually leave it off. But I thought it'd be very feminine. It's a mother of a friend, and so I thought it'd be very feminine to do that. So I did go ahead and go with the bling. And I actually have pulled out some bling for this card. So we'll see what I wind up doing. But anyway, hey Jay, you're editing your way too many shorts to try an experiment. Oh yeah. I did one last night. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate you stopping by. I did do a short last night with a similar card to this, just because I wanted to play with that better press, but um, it I don't know if the timing just wasn't right for it or what, but um, it just I don't think it had a whole bunch of views last night. But anyway, so just gonna try and cut this down. Gosh, I don't know. I better go to here, and then we will have. I don't even know what the measurement is for that. I'm probably not going to stick to it. Yeah, because it's only 3/4, and I've got to obviously have more than 3/4 for this, but I could take a smidge more off, I think. Hopefully I won't ruin this. There we go. I think that'll be all right. Okay, so we've got our sentiment. We've got our little stamps that we're going to do. Now we need to start cutting our paper. So what I need is, I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to use this for the background panel. And you do like the butter press? So do you have a lot of pressing plates or what, Jay? I don't have very many, and I'm just getting started because I just got it. And I've got the plate that came with it, and I've got a sentiment set that is the Always You timeless sentiment set. And that's all I've got at this point. But I was just mentioning, I think Spellbinders is sending me some stuff. What paper pad is the blue from? They're all from the same paper pad. It is this Recollections that I picked up at Joann's, and it was really cheap. They had like buy 3 for something, like 3 different little elements for something, and so I chose that. So this is going to be our base panel that we're going to use here, and then we need one that is 2 inches by 5 1/4, and I think trying to decide what I want to do. I think I need another piece of paper. Let's just go. So this needs to be 2 3/4. I'm just going to wing it, and we'll just wind up with what we wind up with. 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. So we're going to go like that. Hey, Brian. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. I'm excited. I didn't know with kind of short notice if I would be able to get anybody to hop on. So I'm glad you guys all showed up. I was thinking it was probably lunchtime for some people that work. So now this one's 2 by 5 1/4. So we'll go ahead and go 5 1/4 like that. And we'll get this laid down. We're going to need some more. Looks like I need another piece that's going to go on here. But I want to get this layered and see what it looks like before I add any more. Oh, thanks, Gloria. I appreciate you liking the first card and yeah, and asking for the what the paper pad was. So yeah, you can pick things up at Joann's, and this glue. I've had discussions about this thing. It just wants to clog up on me. I don't know if that's our temperature here or the humidity. I know it gets rave reviews, but I usually struggle with it. So get it going. Let's see how long it'll stay going before I have to do that again. So this paper pad is kind of thin, Gloria. I will let you know. I mean, it's fine, but it is, it's not like your, well, like your spellbinders or that. Those are a little bit thicker, but it covers well. I mean, it's not that flimsy. But anyway, so I'm going to lay that down, and then this piece calls to go. Actually, they had another layer on there, and then I'm thinking like that. But let me look and see if I have another layer. Because they've got the base, and then they've got a 4 by 5 1/4. So do we have anything that would look good with that? It's kind of busy. I think I had another. Let's bring in some purple. Just see what happens. I'm just winging it here. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna go with the flow. We'll see what happens. So we were talking about plans for the weekend. My plans are that I am watching these dogs, and we're gonna have a cookout on Sunday, I think, because we have the race here in Indiana. Do any of you guys watch the Indianapolis 500? We do have that here in Indiana. Sometimes we can catch it if we buy it like on Peacock or something like that. But if it's not sold out, they black it out for us and we don't get to see it. Gloria, mostly when I lay it down instead of putting it back in the holder properly. If it's in there wonky, it clogs my, maybe that's it. Maybe that is it. I don't know, but I can even have it like in with the, this cap on it. Take the cap off, get like one squirt out of it, and then boom, it's clogged up again. So, hey, Yvette, thanks for dropping in. Glad you could swing by. So I'm just making a sympathy card, and I'm winging it. So I've missed one of the layers, so I'm dropping this in here real quick and layering it up. And then I'm going to bring this next paper in. I am trying to get my hours up. I've got my subscribers up over 1,100, but I'm trying to get my hours up, and I'm hoping that maybe lives will help with that. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys that are popping on here and hanging out with me, because it is helpful. Winging it is the most fun. Sometimes you can get hung up with the prep, like, what am I going to do? And sometimes it's just like, okay, pull the trigger and just do something. So that's what I decided to do this morning, or this afternoon, I guess. I know you guys are at different times, but it's 12:30 for me. Anyway, I have not eaten lunch. We were talking about, not even breakfast time or whatever, but I haven't eaten lunch. I've been doing the intermittent fasting and carb cycling because I just had a ball this winter just shoving everything in my mouth. And so I'm trying to make up for it now. So I've got everything, but I need another square is what I need. And so I think I'm going to deal with that. I feel like I can do this here. I think I might skip that other square that's going to go on there and just do it like this. And I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. So I feel like, do I want to cut that down a little bit? No, I think I'll let it go all the way across there like that. So I think that'll be all right. And then I've got my flowers that I was thinking I could add kind of down here. I don't know. Is that okay for a condolence card? I think it would be all right. I feel like it needs something else. I think what it needs is, I probably need to trim this down and maybe layer it up like that. And I think that'll look good. What do you think? You can do vertical lives and StreamYard too. YouTube has been, I know, I don't know. I personally like to watch, and the vertical's made for the phone, and I do watch it on the phone, but I like to turn it and see the full view. That's why I haven't done the vertical lives yet. So I don't know. Maybe I should try it just to see what kind of response I get from it. But I don't know. Sometimes it feels like on the vertical lives that the chat covers up the screen. So you have a hard time seeing what what you're crafting with. So that's why I've just kind of shied away from those up to this point, but I suppose I could do it. Okay. So this I'm going to cut down to there. And I know I'm doing this kind of wonky. What happens at 4,000 hours? Well, it takes 1,000 subscribers, and it takes 4,000 hours to get monetization from YouTube. Is what it takes. But you can. I'm already at a level where I can have memberships and get super chats and do some other fun things just because I've reached the 1,000. But yes, I'm making a real narrow border on this. But I think after you get the 1,000 and the 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 hours, then you can get like the ads and get some ad revenue from that. But right now, I just have the opportunity to have memberships, and I have not promoted it because I haven't, I built them on my channel so that it says I have memberships and it says what the memberships are and everything. I just haven't promoted it because I'm just not sure I'm completely ready to be monitoring that all the time. So I'm trying to get my feet a little bit more comfortable with that before I add it. So if any of you guys have more experience with that, I would certainly welcome any feedback that you have. So anyway, so what I did was I just skipped that other, whoops, and I'm gluing that to my craft desk. I am a messy crafter. So what I'm doing is I'm just skipping that 2¼ inch square paper F that's on there. And I'm gonna have to add some more glue because I just laid all that down on my card or my desk. So that's what I'm doing. Get this laid down on here. And I'm gonna clean that off. I've got a paper towel rack over there that I just keep hanging. So anyway, and then I think I'll pop these up somehow on there. It's pretty simple, but I just wanted to get a card made and have it ready. So, well, now I'm hearing Lifeline. We've got all kinds of noise here. This is really I live in a really small, quiet town. So really there's not usually much happening. But today, apparently we've got some different things going on. I think this other size would work better. So I did spend, my grandson, let's see, the tricky part is figuring out what you can offer to members without paywalling things your normal viewers would get annoyed about. I mean, a lot of lives, so you could just do cute loyalty badges or whatever. I think I did do badges, and I actually did for an upper tier. I think I did 3 tier. I did what YouTube recommended. They had like little recommended selections, and I did go with those. And in one of my upper tiers, I actually have a mini card kit because I thought, you know what, I have got enough materials that I could certainly put together some mini card kits and send them out, because I just have enough stuff that I could definitely do that. And so I'm going to go back to what I was going to say about cleaning my craft room the other day. My youngest grandson, who is 2, got in here, and I have this big cart that has 3 tiers that are just the perfect size for your A2 cards, and that's on a rolling, and there's just 3 tiers that are just A2 perfect, but they're long, so you can get several. I mean, I don't know how many. There's a lot of cards that were in there. Well, anyway, my grandson came in and tipped that thing over, and I had cards all over my craft room floor, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to get this cleaned up. So I went on this just crazy binge and started cleaning up everything in my craft room and reorganizing it. The let me just switch this real quick. Can I do that? I know I can. There, right behind me where that M is, that was a big bookshelf. And I didn't like it there. And I felt like it was just, I don't know, just closing in or whatever. So I just moved it over here. And then I had a bunch of things on my, what I'm calling credenza here that were big, and I moved them. And I'm just so much happier with it now. And so I feel like I need to do a new video. Um, to show my craft room because it's so much lighter and brighter, and I'm just thrilled with it. But yeah, so all of my cards. And so those bins that my grandson knocked over, I took them apart, took them off their like wheels and stuff, and they're in on my dining room table until I can come up with another solution. I'm thinking I'm going to have a little party with my sister, and we're gonna package them up, and I'm taking them to nursing homes, and that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do with them, because I'm just overrun with stuff, and it can be stressful when you have too much stuff. I'm looking for my embellishments right now. Um, and the other thing I have always been a scrap hoarder, and I had all of these scraps, and I put some logs in our fire pit, and I set them on fire, and I got rid of all the scraps, and it's just a fresh start. It feels fresh and clean. I see Daria's been organizing her scraps that she has. She's got about 20 years worth. Well, I got rid of that. I was like, I cannot deal with it anymore. So I just completely got rid of them, and I'm going to make more. I'm going to make more. I said, now, if my sister watches the replay of this, she hasn't been over yet to see the changes that I made. She's going to be like, what did you do with your scraps? She's not going to be happy because she encourages me to use just every little smidgen of everything. And I normally would like to do that. I do a lot of scrap videos. I thought I had some different embellishments sitting here. They run off. Things can get missing on your craft desk just like that. But anyway, I had thought about maybe this color. That could be kind of pretty, I think. Okay, so should I use this? You're multitasking while listening. That's fine. I hear you. I do that too. In fact, I was watching you guys, and I was trying to get that video to load that wouldn't load. I was watching you, and I think I'll go with the purple. These are pink and Maine. But I was trying to get that video to load while you guys were, you and T were crafting along. And then my husband was getting ready to leave. And so he was talking to me, and I'm like, I'm trying to watch them. I'm trying to edit a video, and he's talking to me. So I was really multitasking. Anyway, so I think I'll put these on here right there. I'll just do 3, and I think that'll be okay. Do you think that's okay to put embellishments on a condolence card? I think it's all right. Well, the heart is there. So I'll get this laid down. And my birds are just chirping outside. It's just wonderful. Love it. So I don't know what I'm going to do the rest of the day, but I know I'm going to be making cards because I have got so much stuff. Like I said, I've got so many things I can't even think about what to begin with. So I need to get started and do something. So I think that looks nice. We've got for you at this time and during this difficult time, which I should have stamped on the inside before I did this. So I think I might just go ahead and use a piece of scrap paper here and stamp on it and cut it down and put it on the inside, because I don't want to risk. I'm this far along, and I don't want to risk messing this up. This morning I spent in the basement looking at the screen repair tool. That leads to starting to do things there. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, it's like one thing leads to another. Or I always say I go to do something, and then I'm look, a squirrel, and then I'm somewhere else. In fact, I've got a funny story to tell you guys since you're here. The other day we were going to have a cookout, And my husband was, I don't know if I told this on my channel yet or not. I might have, and if I did, I apologize for repeating myself. But so I told my sister, I said, I said, we're grilling out. And she'd gotten off work and come over. And in the meantime, my husband's out there planting our garden. And he always uses, this is probably sounds strange, but for the tomatoes, he stakes them and he uses it. His mother always did this, and so he does it. We cut up like old pantyhose, with elastic that you can kind of, and he'll tie off the tomato, or yeah, the tomato plants with that. And so he needed some of those cut. And my sister was running out to do something for him. And I said, while you're doing that, I'm going to put the hamburgers and hot dogs on the grill. And she's like, okay. And so I did. And then the phone rang, and it was my daughter, my youngest daughter, who is a state trooper, and she was telling me a really interesting story. And my sister came in and sat down, and I'm kind of relaying the story, and she's listening to what my daughter is telling us. And we're cutting up these pantyhose strips for my husband. So it happened because we plant a pretty nice amount of tomatoes. I'm going to do during this difficult time. Anyway, so we're sitting there cutting them up, and the next thing you know, my husband opens the door and yells, "What are you doing?" And my sister and I look at each other, and we're thinking, well, we're cutting up your little strips. And I had forgotten about the grill. And my husband had gone from the garden to the shed and saw the grill in flames. And so, needless to say, I burn up all of the food that we were going to eat. And my sister ran to the store and bought some more hamburger and some more hot dogs, and we started over. But and the ironic thing is, my husband is a firefighter of 30 years, and I know better than to do something like that. So that was kind of the irony of it all. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I don't know if you can still buy pantyhose or not, but I had some from when I worked, because I worked in a bank, and we used to dress up pretty stuffy at that time. It loosened up before I retired, but um, anyway, yeah. So the fence was okay. My husband said if it had gone any longer, he said it would have caught the fence on fire. And so I was like, oh my gosh, but that is nothing new to me, because I'll tell you another funny story, as long as you're here and I'm entertaining you. I had been that same fire pit. I like to sometimes when I'm doing it, if I have some paper that is sensitive, I'll like to burn it in there. Well, I was doing that one day, and I finished up, and we have like a little poker tool that actually, it was like a wooden stick that we used to kind of stir the flame up. And I had gotten done, and I had it all. I thought I was all done and everything. Of course, I was all smoky from being out there. And I put the poker tool back where we kept it on the fence. And it was, I didn't know it. I got in the shower. My daughter was here, and my cousin came over. And she's like, "Where's your mom?" And she's like, "Oh, she's in the shower." And she said, "Well, did she have something in the fire pit?" And my daughter said, "Well, yeah, I think she's burned something out there." And my cousin said, "Well, the fence is glowing." So it was just a little tiny spot, but she ran out with a cup of water and put it out. So needless to say, my husband has to keep an eye on me. So anyway, that was another squirrel moment where you get distracted. And I find out that I'm getting more distracted as I get older. Do you guys experience that? Man. So I'm just rambling on. I'm going to go ahead and get this added on the inside of this. And I was thinking about going ahead and laying it on a piece of this. I think that could look nice. So I don't know if I want to just do it like that. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So let's just go ahead and lay this down, and then we'll just trim it up. Let's see how this glue is working. Looks like I lost. Oh, looked like I lost for a minute. Okay, so I'll just lay a little bit of glue down on here, and we'll get this taken care of. Squirrels on steroids. What's funny is when when my sister got back with the food, the second set of food that we were going to grill, there was something else I needed to do. And I told my sister, I said, I've got to go do this. And I have a nice little patio area. And she was saying, I said, you sit here on the patio and you watch that grill. I said, and I'll go do this. I said, and no squirrels, no squirrels. And she just laughed at me and she's like, okay, I think I can do this. So we managed to have a nice meal, even though I managed to burn the first round. And I mean, these things were black. We were dying laughing. Of course, my husband wasn't laughing quite as hard as we were, but it did kind of tickle our funny bone how I guess unaware we were of what was going on. But he did get half of the garden planted. He has been so busy, but he does like to do the tomatoes in layers because he does so many, because he does a lot of canning. And if he does it in waves, it helps with the canning process and not getting so overwhelmed trying to get them all done. So he does do them in waves. And he has a friend that we kind of trade stuff with. We get eggs and they get tomatoes and different things. And he brought some fertilizer by the other day when my husband was at home so that he could add it. So I think this turned out all right. So we've got sincere condolence with the flowers and the paper. And then during this difficult time on the inside, I think it turned out all right. So anyway, I like it. And then I just need to stamp my personalized stamp on the back. I tend to forget it. So I'm trying to remember, do the outside, do the inside, and then take credit for your work. That's what Danny from Danny's Dream says, that you need to take credit for your work. So that's what I'm gonna do. I just ordered this stamp on Amazon, and it's not, the prettiest, fanciest, or whatever. But I just ordered it, and you can see I didn't quite get it there. But anyway, just to put it on the back. But I think it turned out all right. You can still barter. Let's see. I think I'm more too much for our brains. What are we bartering? I don't think I saw a bartering comment. Thanks, Dawn. I appreciate it. So I think I'm going to just wrap up here. I appreciate you do like to barter. I barter cards for American Girl doll clothes from. Oh, that's a great idea. Oh, okay. Yeah, duh. I didn't think about that. Sorry, trading vegetables for fertilizer. Yeah, we do that with and the eggs and it's really nice because we have had farm fresh eggs. Because we don't have. We're in town and we don't have chickens or anything like that, or hens or anything. So it is nice, and we've had eggs just all year long, and they're just so much better. And then the tomatoes and the crop is just so much better. My husband cans. He makes the best tomato juice that I have ever. In fact, my kids won't even think about using anything but that. So yeah, and with the way prices of food and stuff is nowadays, we need to get back to growing our own food and vegetables and stuff, and then we know what's in it and what we're eating and everything. So that's what we do. Anyway, well, thanks everyone for watching. Yeah, I wish there was more of that too. We may be heading in that direction. Some of these younger kids are really into the very, down to earth things. So we may be moving hopefully back more in that direction. But um, anyway, so I appreciate everybody watching. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks, Daria, Dawn, Brenda, and Jay, everybody. And I think I'm just going to wrap up here. I think I went about 48 minutes. That's pretty good. And we did get a card finished, and I have got what I need. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.